swap that around. Okay, Zombie Gub. Since you got left out the most of that last game, would you mind kicking off these intros, pretty please?
In upper right, as the red Zerg, it is Startail's life.
Well, alright. In the bottom left, we got our blue Protoss player. It is JYP.
So I gotta beat the score there, sorry guys. It is 2-0 in this best of 5 semifinals for the semifinals A. The winner of this will fight against the winner of Hyun versus Biol. The loser of this will fight, of course, the loser of Hyun versus Biol. There are 3rd and 4th place finishers in this tournament. For those who don't know, this $5,000 tournament, 2 things about it real quick. One, it's put on by us for you guys. There's not a lot of big sponsorship attached to this. In fact, there's no sponsorship attached to this, other than our channel sponsor, of course. Big love to cheersforgaming.com. But yeah, it was a tournament we've been working on for a long time. It's been cooking up. We kind of finalized and sealed the deal at MLG Anaheim, and we said, you know what, let's do it. Let's put it on. Let's organize it. Let's host it. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is one of those rare events where there's not really a lot of strings attached to it. First place gets $2,500. Second place gets $1,500. Third place $500. Fourth place gets a $300 finish. So both of these guys guaranteed bare minimum $300 at this point. This is like winning one of the Go for StarCraft monthlies. It's a lot of cash in your pocket.
Yeah, for sure. Really cool. And we see JYP also now going for the Nexus first, but with the pylon in the main. So maybe he's gonna go for a bit of a more greedy version here with the Nexus into Gateway, it seems. And Life, meanwhile, going pool first, actually, into Hatch. So kind of interesting there, a bit uncharacteristic, I guess. He hasn't really... I've not seen him open that yet, anyway. But alright.
So Zombie Grub, do you know the TLDR of the coming patch here? So we can explain it to people since it's going to hit in about probably an hour-ish, just under an hour-ish.
The only thing that matters right now is the time warp duration is reduced to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
What of mine doesn't matter.
Lots of Terran focus changes in this patch. All the Terrans have been sadly knocked out at this point. Rip my heart. But yeah, we're going to ask the players if they mind playing through it. Obviously this next... it's pretty good though, because at 10 AM is when it's scheduled to hit on the North American server. And we have to play the next semifinals on the North American server because Hyun's from Europe and of course Biel's from Korea. ZVZ, no effect whatsoever, so that semifinals will be okay. The only thing we'll have to worry about is either the 3rd place match involving JYP or the finals if it involves JYP. At that point we'll ask, but just for everyone's concern, the people from Blizzard actually reached out to me yesterday and let us know that there's an extension mod they created specifically to mimic the current version of the game in the instance that our finals was going to be interrupted, which it absolutely will be. So, Blizzard, one hand, good guy for helping us out. Other hand, deploys the patch early, scumbags the tournament. No, but much love to the people from Blizzard, actually. They've been reaching out to us a lot after the tournament got started here, offering things like tweets and trying to help us, the smaller guys out, so... As much as I'm just joking around right now, it is really cool of them to have actually reached out to even let us know the patch was coming in the first place. I had no idea.
Yeah, really cool indeed. And, well, Life went for 6 lings with this 15 pool, and he's kind of been darting around, getting some pro kills here. Kind of interesting move. He just saved up 3 Larva, made 6 lings quickly with a quick 3rd behind it, playing Gasless for now. And he got okay damage on, I guess, 3 probes, I think, so not too bad at all.
Kind of reminds me about like if Bly would just step it up a little more, he'd be like the European Life.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
mean, you don't see a lot of early lane aggression like this, you know. Zerg players are more like prone to go for that much faster 3rd than invest any larva into these lings, especially against Protoss. Maybe against Terran it's a different case, of course, but nice traps one.
Yeah. And, well, 2 Salads and a Multicore now moving to the 3rd base of Life, and there is 1 Queen, a few lings, so he's gonna be okay, I guess, but that Queen might be in trouble if the Salads get like 1 more shot at least, or I think 1 shot from the Salad is enough for the Multicore to 1v1 the Queen, so...
Yeah, they already almost trade out even anyways, but a 2nd Queen is coming, that's where it changed it to. He's gonna lose both of these, that kinda sucks, all for naught.
JYP going up to 3 gateways with +1 on the way. No gases being taken yet, so just taking them now. So probably some sort of like third base with like a sentry move out, maybe, or kind of what I'm picturing. We'll see. Life starts speed and continues to drone.
Certainly like that JYP did not go for anything too cheesy yet, and as we can see so far, he hasn't chosen to go in it again. I'm not so sure about the third base though. I mean, like, not being aggressive, okay, but also not being greedy, I would also prefer that. Like, his third bases are consistently shut down by Life. Life sees them, he builds Lings, he builds Roaches, he shuts them down.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I mean, this third base is very quickly, so I guess JYP is gonna have, I don't know, more time to react this time, because the other times he's kind of been aggressive at the same time, right? Whereas now he's a bit more passive, so it should be a lot easier for him to hold on to the base, I guess, in this game, since, you know, no real aggression has been done by any of the players.
I don't like the way he SimCities his third base. You know, we saw it versus Solar, we saw it last game on King Sejong. He always does this with the one cannon, and then, like, Lings can actually get at it. Like,
but
why
only
not just put
one
the
at a
gateways?
time.
Yeah, but why not just put the gateway so nothing can touch it?
Well, eventually you do. Have you not seen the perfect wall off for this map at that third?
I have, but he's never been able to achieve it in this tournament thus far.
Because he always gets attacked before it happens.
That's what I'm saying.
But like, he's not going to put down gateways until he needs them, just to protect the cannon from 2 more Lings.
Okay, in context of this game, okay, 100% agree. But consider the fact that he's always been knocked down in that third. Like, JYP's never really been able to play a comfortable super macro game in any of his EVPs. You know, not group stages, not in the round of 8s, even though he did beat Solar, and not so far versus Life.
Yeah, but I don't know what other way do you want him to do it, rather than put down his gateways faster than he wants. I like it. Stop hating on it.
Okay, I'm just a hater. Lots of haterade over here.
Well, I agree with kind of both of you right now, I guess, but because JYP can actually throw down 2... Okay, listen now. JYP threw down 2 new gates in the main. Those gates, and now 2 more. They could have been, all of those 4 could have been at the third. But I agree still that he shouldn't make the gateways just to make the gateways. Like, you know, he should make the gateways when he wants the gateways. But now he's making more gateways, and they're actually all in the main. So that doesn't make too much sense to me.
No, man. The only reason you're here is so you can pick sides. What are you doing? No, but we see Life, of course, advancing his tech, and this is kind of something I'm a little bit worried for JYP, because he's gone for this sort of standard army composition, same thing every single time. There's an Infestation Pit, there's a Spire. I mean, quite frankly, what he has is okay versus Roaches and Lings, but whoa, this was not what I expected. What? Yeah. Okay, let's change it up a little bit here.
Wait a second.
What JYP has is certainly not going to hold up against this. Blink Stalkers eventually, maybe we've seen some really cool things where people blink on top of the Stalkers, but yeah, Swarm Hosts, I think are going to kind of sideswipe them, and this is one of those situations where, like, you know, we haven't seen him go for fast Colossus. He's been so gateway oriented. This is going to kick him in the ass.
Yeah, and this is kind of like, you know, he's coming in quite hard here with this 3 base attack, because he's still got, you know, no extra gases at his third base. He's on 4 gases, and he's just made a lot of gateways, and plus 2 blink on the way. So this is quite a big commitment. He does have 2 mortals, but yeah, no splash inside. He's not mining that much gas, so.
So this is why I think the Swarms are good for defense on this map. There's normally, like, you put the 4 stills down, you go up a different ramp, right? But by the time he gets to the other ramp, they're off cooldown, and suddenly he's ready to attack this direction. So there's no darting past the Swarm Host here, which is going to be really unfortunate for JYP. I do like that he's taking the time to at least clean up creep, do what he can rather than play super passive, but he's got to get those Colossus on the way, and because of the playstyle, they're going to be so late to the party.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, JYP, I guess he just sees the Swarm Host. Well, Link's trying to get some probes down, gets the cannon as well, and there could have been a bunch of gateways here, but there's not, so JYP's taking a lot of unnecessary damage here. Actually, a lot of damage. So many probes going down in the mineral line. Yeah. Oh my god. More than half in the mineral line, so ooh, that hurts his income a lot. So, I mean, if those 4 gateways, or there's like 5 extra gateways in the main that could have been at the third, so.
Oh my god. I just looked at the income graph because it's actually working, guys. So this is why we want to get this. Like, yeah, there's Link skill things in the background, but look at the difference of income right now. For the last 6 minutes, 7 minutes of the game, Life is just with 86 drones. It's not even a contest. And now the fact that JYP's losing workers on top of the already behind income. Oh,
Yeah.
this is just gonna sting.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. He's only got 7 pros working at that third base now, and he's moving out on the map again. I guess he wants to get some swarmers out of position. Really nice there. Gets 2 so far, 3. Nice pickup. Does have that observer right on top of the Stormhouse.
Yeah, I like this force fields too. Although, oh, never mind, I take it back. It's like 1 grid shy of. We have a Warp Prism loading some Zealots off in the main, or sorry, the natural rather. They're gonna get the level 2 armor upgrades. This could be a little bit nice to just snipe off there.
Yeah, and another laying, counterattack though at that third base.
Yep.
More probes falling, and that cannon actually being attacked. Looks like.
Just saying. You actually get a third ling on the bottom side too.
Yeah.
Here go the roaches, so it doesn't really matter. Lings are pointless at this point. Gateways wouldn't have mattered. JYP is so split on the other side of the map. What? I don't know what happened over there. Just perhaps a bit of miscontrol, but. Yeah, even if he snipes off a base here and recalls, he's gone and lost his third. There's no saving at this point. It's too far.
He's trading the third for a fourth. Like, this is not good enough. He's gonna have such a bad income, and life is maxed now with a lot of swarmos.
Yeah, he went for the Spire here, but it's not really a Spire that's ever gonna end him. Lots of Spine Claws are coming down. Still Swarmhosts are coming out. JYP is in a really rough spot. This is his last possible chance. If he's out here, he's out for good. Well, actually, no, I take that back. Third, fourth place match. I forgot. This is semifinals A, but he's out of the big money for good.
Yeah. Well, life is playing really good though. Like those counterattacks
where the force
so
fields?
much.
Those Colossus got back up in range of the roaches. Take some unnecessary hits there, but he will drive this back.
Yeah, that was decent. He zoned out the roaches and only fought the lings. But he did lose some sentries. And life is moving Swarmos on the way here. Being a bit over-aggressive, maybe. Guess it's okay still.
Yeah, we see big dips in the army too, where every time JYP takes those hits, guys, and Life's army remains consistently large throughout the game over the past 10 minutes.
Yeah. JYP is getting a decently sized army though, and with Swarm Host, there's not really any bullying in. It's a much longer game, so maybe some Warp Prism shenanigans, although it did just die. Some more Warp Prism shenanigans then. And being more patient and not moving out on the map like this. Why?
Corruptors are going to wreck him. There's not enough force fields to completely keep the Swarmers back. They do start, or sorry, the Locusts do start filtering to the right side. Mothership Core goes down, does manage to land a Time Warp, but that's kind of A for effort.
Yeah, I don't... I mean, JYP feels like he has to apply pressure, I guess, so his opponent doesn't feel too comfortable, but like...
I really like the double production behind this, but I feel like it's too late at this point. Like, the Colossus got into the game too late. The Swarmhosts, they were able to freely reign for way too long. We pointed out before, like, he traded a third for a fourth, but Life has never really suffered economically off of that. And now JYP is already down in supply significantly. He's about to lose the majority of his army.
Yeah. The Corruptors are all going to go down if they focus fire, so maybe the Colossus will live. Nope. Sorry, Colossus.
Hit and run mechanics have been pretty good. I mean, the roaches aren't what's scary there. It's all those locusts.
I don't know why JYP felt like moving out there was okay.
They need to have like a forced push in the game. Like, you know, like Jedi just straight up push everything back.
If he's going to have any force power, it'd be Force Strangle, and he'd just strangle Life.
Well, actually, yo, Force Lightning's kind of in the game through storms.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not. But this will pass the Locust Wave. This is huge. He's going to pick up a ton of Swarm Hosts. Oh, JYP might lose his Colossus here while this is happening. He's got to walk him up. Actually, there might not be enough roaches. Oh, he's going to kill so many Swarm Hosts. So even if he loses these Stalkers, to pick up all these Swarm Hosts works out really nicely. Because Swarm Hosts, guys, even if you're used kind of casually,
at the same time, there is that counterattack at the third of JYP, but there's a lot of Celos though, so he's actually not taking that much damage, and he did kill all of the Swarm Hosts, so he's, biting his way back into this game.
And Life really isn't maxing out that quickly. I mean, Swarm Host, but he's only at 150.
Yeah, he's actually behind in minerals loss, which is kind of crazy to consider when Swarm Hosts usually get you massively far ahead, but his resources lost tried is out of control, and that's because he lost so many of those Swarm Hosts. If you guys don't know, Swarm Hosts are incredibly expensive units, like 200, 100, so it's not easy to mass produce them. That's why you see a lot of players protect them with a ton of Spore Crawlers and a ton of Spine Crawlers.
JYP, if he gets this fourth, he'll be such in a good position. He has to be constantly, like, so careful about these moves out, though. Like, okay, sometimes they work, but then sometimes he loses all of his Colossus and the Corruptors get away, like right now.
I just went back to the income graph right at the start of that fight. JYP has for 10 minutes been in the gutters compared to his opponent. Life has been sitting at such a high drone count for so long. I mean, okay, he wasn't able to remax right away, but as we see, like, his army is coming in just as he needs it to. Finally going to that hive tech, so Vipers will finally come into play, starts abducting the Colossus. I mean, JYP's been getting away with the Colossus despite the Corruptors a lot more than he should have.
Yeah, the Viper is coming in, it's going to be really nice, but I mean, JYP with this gold base though is going to be very good for him to try and catch back up in that income, so
oh my god,
be really nice for him.
Zombie Gub.
What?
I know that you know about the perfect wall at the third, but does JYP?
I don't know.
There's so many Ling run bys to this base.
Is actually very, very long and convoluted.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
It actually blocks off the entire base, not just like the side or the front.
I know, but it's like at this point, that's like the 5th Ling run by this game. At least wall off one of the sides with 2 more gateways,
I would just
right? Like,
ask for like 2 more cannons.
Yeah, I don't know.
One on the mineral line, one on the left. Like that will take care of it, but I don't know.
It makes sense. I mean, like, he doesn't have the money to invest in it, so it's frustrating watching him bleed out these probes. It's really not a much better solution. But yo, Namshar, you've probably had your fair share of Stormhost games, and I think the big question on my mind right now is like, where is the mothership at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I guess part of the reason why it's not there is because it's gonna cost him so much gas, and he doesn't really. He was moving in now, so should focus on that for now. But there are no fungals. He's gonna run past you, I guess, and force field the
This is
main
interesting, very interesting. But if you can't afford cannons, why would you afford a mothership?
Well, no, but here's my thought process on it. He's going towards Storm Tech, which isn't bad, but how is he gonna protect the Templar?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, if you look at his gas, he's got 400 gas. If he's to make a mothership now, he's gonna be stuck on like 1 Colossi instead of like 3 or 4. So I kind of feel like mothership is
he's getting some real damage here, but there's no recall available, so he's kind of...
No, that's true, that's true. Where is a mothership core? It's back home.
Oh, it's floating.
Oh, there it is.
Like, it's like, oh, I guess I should go save my children. Oops.
Bad mother, bad. She actually might be able to save him.
Oh, it's gonna go quick though. There's gonna be Corruptors looking for it too.
It's gonna save that portion of his units. No,
yeah,
they're all dead.
If he gets the Archon and the Immortal out, I think that's kind of the biggest deal. Zealots, whatever. You can sacrifice them, sure.
Yeah,
but,
the Stalkers also get out. They're making a way downtown.
Why? Now I just want to sing. Don't do that. That's not cool.
See, his JYP actually does a lot of damage here. I mean,
this is
the
amazing.
Mothership is not a bad idea, but I feel like it's such an end game, like boring versus boring, like because you want to get the Vipers. Like that's what JYP is doing is taking advantage of like his mobility right now. Motherships are very slow.
I mean, there was the fungal growth potential. There was a spine crawler wall. I really didn't think he was going to break through that, but you're right. This damage was fantastic. This was exactly what he needed. JYP finally gets himself, I would say, certainly rooted back in this game. He's on level 3 upgrades. Life actually has almost no upgrades across the board. That's something we really haven't touched on this game. Yeah, level 1 melee links. Okay, have fun. Good luck.
1-1-1 is not very good at all, and that's something he definitely should invest into. I mean, he is banking. Life is managing a bank. He's losing a lot of structures and buildings, but not a lot of units.
You know what's important? For the first time in 12 minutes, 2 minutes ago, JYP had a small income advantage.
Whoa, man. He's even getting a 5th base. Like, JYP is actually... I feel pretty confident in JYP right now.
This is the JYP I was looking for in Game 1 and Game 2, you know? Like, I don't know what snapped, but he's playing a million times better right now. He's making a lot of very smart decisions. He's still in a bit of trouble, and he's still taking some hits from these run-bys. He built a cannon, but it's exposed. His 5th is probably going to get taken down, but if he can kill his opponent's gold, I'd say worth it in that scenario.
Yeah. Life. Life. Okay, he is getting 2 Evo chambers, so I guess his Evo chambers died in the main, and he's just now realized, hey, these upgrades aren't that great.
Okay, so what I really like here is, I thought the Templar were going to be incredibly exposed. He's actually keeping the entire army centered around them, so that's pretty smart. Storms are here to replace the Colossus because he knew he wasn't able to keep the Colossus alive. Now realizing the Corruptor production has ceased, he goes back into Colossus. This is such a hard choice to make. Tech swaps in anything versus Zerg, whether you're Terran, whether you're Protoss, it's really dangerous to invest in too much of one unit and not into the other without knowing what your opponent's doing. JYP hasn't exactly had like a ton of observers over his opponent's bases, but he's been so aggressive that he's always had an eye on what Life is doing. So actually, I really like the way he's playing this out. You know, criticism about the Mothership aside, I still wish he had the money for it, and I think he's moving towards it with the Stargate so he can make the Fleet Beacon, so he can make the Mothership. But right now, his army's standing quite strong, and Life, he's got Swarm Hosts and Infestors. This is it.
Well, that can still buy you a surprising amount of time.
I'm just saying, like, there's no pushing power with this. This is ultimate defense out of life.
Yeah, that's true. It took a very long time to get up to Vipers. Of course, his Hive died, but he wasn't too quick on remaking it, so he doesn't have any Vipers to help him out.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job with a small amount of lanes. He's constantly getting run-bys throughout the entirety of the game. I'm not going to say he's not being offensive at all, but yeah, this is not a position where life is going to be moving out too soon. He doesn't have a lot of creep spread. He can't reposition all those spines. I think if JYP gets a 5th up and then goes back to aggressive, might be his best case scenario right now. I
would love to see a War Prisms out of the Robos now that he has a good Colossus count again.
Yeah, that would actually be cool. Go back to the Ras. It is kind of... Ooh, this Zealot not warped in the right place. Lings get by everything up here. This is going to take some time to clean up. This is going to be a huge nuisance, actually.
Yeah, and with JYP so close to max, and in fact, there he goes. He can only warp in 3 Zealots to help defend this.
Oh, that's awkward. They do have charge at least, so we'll connect this a little bit quicker. But yeah, so Hive Tech for life. We haven't seen a lot of it so far, but finally Vipers are on the way. Greater Spire's on the way. What is nice is, well, I think he's getting the Fleet Beacon solely for the purpose of the Mothership. Eventually, he's going to be able to throw down another Stargate and get... Oh, actually, he already is. And start worrying about Tempests to deal with the Broodlords.
It looks like he's going to go for Void Rays or Tempests first. He's already trying to think out one.
Those Fungals, though, locking this whole army in place. He loses a good chunk of the Colossus to the Corruptors, and the Stalkers can't blink underneath this. The Mothership goes down. Storm misses.
Where did that storm even come from? It was so late. So awkward.
Oh, there's so many spines and spores, though. I love these storms drops, though. He doesn't quite kill all their drones, but he gets a good chunk of them. 11 go down there very quickly. Oh, JYP back in this game, guys. Tempest now on the way. Oh, my God. Yep. How does he... Where's the Brigadier Spire? Does he see that? No, he's just... He's smart and guessing. Okay, it's about that time.
Yeah. I mean, it is the ultimate end composition. As you saw when you tried to push in there, that didn't really work out. The pushing, comes with the Tempests. But I think keep talking about the Mothership Core. I think that's going to come in like 5 minutes. I'm calling it.
I don't really feel like he's going to be focusing. Like, I would like to see a Mothership like now. I think he can afford it. At least if he gets the gas going at his 5th base. But those Tempests are going to be crucial, so that's going to be his main priority now. He doesn't really have much gas to spare, but the Mothership would be nice to have, but there's always that risk of just it's getting abducted, so you got to be careful with it. But yeah, Mothership with some more Colossus and Tempest would be great, but yeah, he's kind of starved on gas, and there's only 2 Colossus, so
I'm just calling the timing. I think
we'll see if it's right or not. One big thing. Oh, the Warp Prism over here is getting a huge warp in. I would have liked to see I think DTs as well. Some point mixed in, but here's
get the Warp Prism. He yanked it and he left.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing I want to talk about for the Tempest, though, for the more casual fans that maybe join us, because I know we were on the Twitch front page, maybe you don't know a lot about StarCraft 2. Tempests are really huge ranged units with a very slow attack, but what's key about them is they hit ridiculously insanely hard versus massive units, which Broodlords are. So their air attack is going to be shooting for like 80 or 90 a shot, and with 3 Tempests, they'll take down a Broodlord in 1 round.
These Zealots and the Archons did a bot, but I don't know if you guys remember... Again, if you're new or whatever, but these are actually units that are introduced to take care of the Broodlord problem, since it was so popular in the Wings of Liberty style. We got Thors with their change ability, which actually doesn't really help.
Garbage.
So it's pretty garbage. And then they got Tempests, and it was supposed to, really like take care of the Broodlord Infestor, but Broodlord Infestor was already taken care of through other means. So these Tempests have evolved in just like versus Swarm Host, because it's very hard to find a late game solution to Swarm Hosts that don't include Tempest now.
By the way, I love that we have a mass. Like, the one benefit to a massive
2 minutes
delay.
Early. Darn it.
Oh. The one benefit to an incredibly massive delay today is, of course, watching other people call GG way too early. We get 5 different points in this game. Blame them, because this has looked rough for JYP. Suddenly he's on the back burner once again. He had a momentum shift, but it's starting to dissipate. There's a lot of free units coming his way. Broodlings, Infested Terran, Swarm Hosts. It's like that trifecta of free units.
This is quite terrifying seeing it all come forward.
But the Tempest
there's not that many Corruptors, though. There's only like 10 Corruptors, and there's quite a few Tempests. Well,
yeah, look at the abducts, and it takes forever to die.
The storms, there they are.
He's abducting everything, but because he's abducting so much, it splits the DPS too much of all the units. So JYP actually walks away with like majority of his army left alive.
Yeah. I mean, the Blink's tries to be so careful because there's Broodlords and Locusts on the way, but he keeps a lot of the Tempests alive and cranking up 3 at a time. The Mothership's almost here, and I don't see an Overseer.
Oh, wow. Yo, he cleared up bases while this was going on. Zealots are doing work on the other side of the field.
There's no Overseer. The Mothership is going to be so good.
Very big thing. That War Prism killing that base in the top left, such a big deal. And even the 3rd base, even the Greater Spire could die now as well, where there's Roaches coming in to clean that up now. But yeah, that War Prism did a lot of work. There was like several War Prisms. He just never killed the War Prism. And And there's the mothership.
You know what?
yeah.
She completed it around 35 minutes, so I'm gonna pretend I'm right.
Okay, well, no one's gonna call you wrong, Jimmy Grub. Free Corruptors is a big deal because Life does not have a gas bank. He actually
Yeah,
can't
exactly,
just simply
that's
max
very
out.
big deal. There's 8 Corruptors on the map, I think. Yes, no more. And he doesn't have the gas anymore or the income, so that
We gotta-
War Prism is really what's winning JYP the game now, and there's not enough anti-air for Life.
We got to keep in mind too, though, both players are getting a little bit low. I mean, JYP did lose his gold base. That was not so much for the minerals, but for the gas. He's got this bottom right base mine. He's trying to secure this one here on the left side, but I got to tell you, like, normally this is the point in the game where the Zerg player still has way less resources lost. So they've got this 5k, 7k bank. Life barely has minerals to his name. Life barely has gas to his name. Yo, that extra income we pointed out earlier, guys, that Life's had to this point, that's him mining the map out. I mean, it looks fantastic on paper, but as we see, there's nothing left for him to mine from. He's on one base. I think
Yeah, it's
JYP,
just all about how well you trade.
yeah, as long as JYP doesn't take a really dumb engagement or get abducted the mothership, I think he's good. But the thing that's funny is, and you pointed this out, there's not a lot of corruptors, so even if the mothership gets abducted, I think he can recall to save it before it will go down. With 350 shields and 350 health, there's nothing that's going to do that much damage in one volley. There's simply too much supply invested in other units for there to be enough anti-air to actually kill the mothership.
And the Swamp Void Race, I think, would actually be really great here, because yeah, there's not that many Corruptors, and there's barely any Spores, and only a few Infestors, so Tempests are really nice, but I don't know, like 2-3 Void Race I think would be really cool. There's only one right now.
Yeah,
But
I
Mass Tempest is fine too, though. It's got
that's
a
what I was
lot of
gonna say.
Tempest
Like
right
the
now.
Voiders are not a bad call, but this is working, and it's like why break what's or
Yeah.
why fix what's not broken, right? For those who don't know, there's like a it doesn't show on the thing, but Tempest actually deal a little bit of bonus damage to buildings too, which is why we see the Spore Callers taking so much damage. Unless
Ooh,
they're
that
not alive, I actually don't remember.
Oh
them alive.
dear God, the stacking of the Corruptors.
Oh, the storms are so good.
Wow.
That's
I don't know why he's
the
actually
best
fighting with the
there.
Good Stalkers. Like, his Tempest will take care of the
He
Brood Lords.
focuses. Get the Overseer. Get the Overseer. Get the Overseer. Now there's no detection. Oh, here comes the Overseer.
Sport Crawlers.
The Brood Lords are just melting to these Tempest shots, though. Look at this.
Oh my
This is
God,
Life
they dissipated
dissipating his army.
This is Life GG.
GG! JYP brings it back!
See, now you just gotta
Wow.
believe in JYP winning this tournament, right? Like, everyone's cheering for everyone besides JYP. Let's just say it right now.
Yo,
What?
yo, let's talk about the bets for this real quick. There are 37,000 bets placed on Life. 8,000 barely on JYP. I mean, that really it shows where the crowd favor is.